And our first fight of the evening is that China against Malaysia matchup in the flyweight division. It's Jian Bingyang against Ali Yaqub.
From China, Yang Jianbing.
Yang Jianbing of China. When he takes that hat off, you'll see an awful lot of blonde hair. Looks in good shape, Mitch, doesn't he? He's got a 3-0 record, 3-0-1. That one representing no contest from Beijing, China, where the action in mixed martial arts is busy, furious. So many people there, such a healthy appetite they've got for this sport. So to come out of China and fight in the ONE FC, in the ONE Championship cage, is big props to him, and it's a big opportunity for him.
Yeah, he is pumped up. I saw him jump around backstage. I thought he was going to kick a hole through the wall. This guy is excited to be stepping into the ONE cage, and I'm looking forward to see what he can do.
Yeah, we went to China at the back end of last year in Beijing. Rapturous reception from the fans, and we saw some huge talent in that cage. Can't wait for ONE Championship to head back to China, and believe you me, they'll be doing that a large number of times here in 2015. Next up, by the way, on June the 20th is a show in Guangzhou, so check out the ONE Championship website to find out exactly who will take shape on that card. Looking forward to that one. But for now, Yang Jianbing, 21 years old, primarily a grappler, always looking for the takedown, dangerous off his back, they say. 2 of his 3 wins, Mitch, have come by way of submission, which in itself shows a great deal of skill.
Yeah, it's really rare to see a Chinese fighter that is so, he prefers to be on the ground. You know, he's very comfortable, you know, fighting off of his back. You know, he's a very accomplished grappler, and it's going to be interesting to see how he kind of applies this to the MMA game.
They call him Captain Malaysia. There will be plenty of Malaysian fans who've travelled from across the causeway, and indeed quite a few who live here in Singapore, cheering on this 28-year-old. He's had 1 professional mixed martial arts fight. That was in the ONE Championship cage. He fought Dejda Rongso Amnoy Sirichok, who will be challenging for the strawweight championship later on this evening. So, having lost that fight, no disgrace whatsoever, taking on and doing pretty well against a man who's fighting for the title later on this evening. 28 years old now. He's been practicing something called Tomoy. Tell us a little bit about that, Mitch.
Yeah, Tomoy is a style that comes from Silat, the Malaysian kickboxing style, and this guy is the national champion, so he is a very accomplished, competitive Malaysian kickboxer. So it'll be interesting to see how he uses this to combat the ground game of Yang. So it's a very interesting grappler versus striking matchup.
1 professional mixed martial arts contest, but that doesn't mean to say he's a newbie as far as combat sports go. Listen to this, over 100 Muay Thai fights. So he's bringing some experience to the cage, and we'll be expecting some furious kicking and punching from this man.
Yeah, but I'm sure his Tomoy events were nothing compared to the scale that we have here tonight in the Singapore Indoor Stadium. The crowd is electric, and this is an absolutely exciting venue to be, you know, bringing it into. Anybody, I mean, his loss is coming from Kru Rong, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
No disgrace there, as we said. Here's how these two shape up when they stand side by side. Ali Yaqub, clearly the older man, 7 years older than Yang Jianbing. Chinese man 5 centimeters taller. Let's see how much of an advantage that will be for him. This is China against Malaysia.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Singapore Indoor Stadium, it's One Championship Warriors Quest. We begin our first fight of the evening. This is 3 rounds of 5 minutes in the One Championship Flyweight division, and it's brought to you by Berocca. Every day is a big day. Start it right with Berocca. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, standing at 168 centimeters tall, weighing in at 56.7 kilograms, holding a professional MMA record of 3 wins, no losses, and 1 no contest. From Big King, fighting out of Beijing, China, he is Chinese flyweight prospect Yang Jianbing. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a kickboxer, standing at 163 centimeters tall, weighing in at 55.3 kilograms, making his second appearance in One Championship. From Malaysian Executive Protection Agency, fighting out of Nilai, Malaysia, he is national Tomei champion, Ali, Captain Malaysia, Yaakob. And when your first battle begins, your referee in charge, Joey Lepite.
Okay, you know the rules? Back of the head. Fine. Okay. Grab the cage. Okay. Want a clean fight? Touch gloves. Back to corners.
That's Meltan telling us that
Judge.
we are about to begin the evening.
Judge, timer. Okay,
Yang
ready?
against Yaakob.
Ready? Fight!
This fight brought to you by Berocca. Every day is a big day. Start it right with Berocca. High hands. Yang has. Both men fighting out of the orthodox stance, leading with their left hand, left leg.
Let's see how long it takes Yang to shoot for a takedown. But he seems to be standing right in front of Yaakob. So let's see if Yaakob can let go of some of that striking. He's got dangerous hands and he likes to kick.
100 Muay Thai type fights, more in fact, more than 100. So much experience. Completely different game when you get into a mixed martial arts cage, of course.
Guys, fight.
The attacks can come from all angles.
Both fighters are a little bit flat-footed, which surprises me. Usually you see fighters at the flyweight division just whipping around the cage with fast footwork. But I think just a little tentative.
Yeah, very cautious.
This atmosphere here, the electric indoor stadium. Ooh, and a big takedown.
It was a big one.
Right into side control. Yaakob's got to let go of that head. He's just kind of holding him in position, but he actually worked it back into half guard. So Yaakob does have an understanding of the ground game. Let's see what he can do off his back now. He's kind of just gripping onto that head. He's got to let go of the head. I don't think he's got any kind of choke there. He's got to start moving his hips, but he's pressed up against the cage pretty tight.
No advantage to grabbing that neck and wrenching it in that way, Mitch?
I mean, you would have to have, see, just like that, he slid his head out. You really have no pressure or control. It's not even near the neck, so there's no choke really there. You can finish people in the guillotine, but not possible.
Yang's pretty busy with the punches to the body, to the side of that rib cage, even when his neck was held under the arm of the Malaysian fighter.
This is definitely where Yang is very comfortable. He definitely wanted to get this fight to the ground. He's got him in a very precarious position there. Oh, foot to the face. See how he has his arm pinned down with his leg like that? That gives him a lot of control. You know, Yaakob can't really go anywhere. He's got his back flat against the mat. Yaakob's got to try to spin out. And there he goes. He's trying.
Yaakob pushes himself off the cage with his feet there.
He's trying a very unorthodox escape.
This one.
But it's working. He's kind of pulling his head into between his legs. Oh, he just lost it.
Lips out.
He's trying to extend. Now he's got him crucifixed. So now he can actually start to deliver some elbows to the side like he's doing.
As well, aren't they? To the rib cage there and to the stomach, side of the stomach with that right elbow.
He's got good pressure. Now he's dropping the elbows onto the head. Knees to the head.
Knees to the head. That's the dangerous one, really.
Yakub's got to move. He's moving his hip over, slides right into mount. Now he's got a high mount, and he's just letting him.
And this is where the real danger comes. As you say, high mount. Although he wriggled out of it very nicely.
Decent escape. Yang made a slight mistake. He gave him his arm. And Yakub was able to pounce back up. Oh, Yakub. Yakub goes for the takedown, but he lands. Now he's got Yang in full mount, and he's dropping those elbows.
Go. Work the finish, work the finish.
Throwing fists two at a time there. You don't see that too often. No reason why you can't do it, of course. Two for the price of one. Minute left in this first round.
Let's see if Yakub, he doesn't seem to be taking a lot of damage. He seems to be okay, but see how he's extending those arms like that? I'm surprised Yang doesn't spin around and attempt an armbar.
Come on, action, action.
It does look a bit precarious there, doesn't it?
He's just kind of giving it to him.
He's thrown an awful lot of punches, the Chinese man, in this first round, and they're heavy punches as well. Both hands flying in. He's used elbows from time to time, and the Malaysian fighter's taken quite a lot of punishment to the face.
But Yakub doesn't seem to be phased by it. It works. His unorthodox escape has actually put Yang in an awkward position. He seems to be going for some kind of heel hook here, or an Achilles lock.
Tremendous effort from the 28-year-old too.
Back into mount
to avoid this.
There's a possible armbar, but he's nowhere in danger. He's holding on to the gloves a bit there, though, so the referee's warned him about that. Back into mount. Yakub is a warrior.
What an action-packed first round that was. Our main event of the evening is Aoki against Koji Ando. Let's give you a quick look ahead to that one.
Good on the grab here. Not grab here, okay?
それよりもやっぱり自分が今やりたいことに価値を見出して日々やっています。上手くなれば上手くなったでも嬉しいなと思いますけど、やることも多いですし、その分できるようになることもいろいろありますし、なかなか完成しないからこそ面白いみたいな部分がありますよね。これもいろんな人に聞かれるんですけど、難しいことはそんなにもしてなくて、ただ単純に同じことを何回も繰り返してできるようになるのを待ってるだけです。
That's your main event. You can catch that on pay-per-view. A little bit of time still to book your spot to make sure that you can see that main event of the evening. 2 world title fights for you on this Friday night here in Singapore. Mel Tan telling us that we're into the second round after 5 minutes of, well, it was a slow start, Mitch, wasn't it? But they picked up the speed after that. And young Jian Bing in particular in your picture there threw down some heavy fists, and you can see some marks there on the forehead of Ali Yakub, testament to the amount of punishment he took in the second half of that opening round.
Yeah, Ali Yakub has got to keep this fight off of the ground. He is definitely being dominated by Yang in the ground position. So let's see if Ali Yakub can get off right into a leg kick and he gets taken down. Passes the guard into side control. Trying to exit, getting into north-south position. But Yakub is scrambling. He's trying to move, and he gets taken right into mount again. Yakub extends the arm. There's the arm bar. Yep, that's pretty much it.
Oh, he's tapped out, yeah. Mitch saw it straight away, and almost as quickly came the tap. Yang Jianbing improves his record to 4-0-0-1. Unbeaten then. This man from China has just said, here I am Singapore, here I am world. 70 countries. Tonight's production is going to.
You can see Yakub as he tries to escape, he's extending his arm out, and finally Yang caught onto it. I was wondering if the corner was trying to give him some feedback on that, because you can see he clearly just gives him the arm bar with every escape, and all Yang has to do is grab onto it and sink in. a nice armbar.
Brilliantly executed. The opportunity came in a fraction of a second. He saw it and he took it. And that's what we're looking at when we see some of these guys coming out from China. They're not particularly well publicized beyond their own border, but when you see them, you realize there is a very high level of skill involved with these guys. I really look forward to seeing so many more of them.
Yeah, I believe China is going to produce some incredible mixed martial artists in the coming years, and in one championship is absolutely all over it.
Anthony Suntai coming into the cage for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joey Lipitan calls a halt to this battle at 49 seconds of round number 2. For your winner, by submission, via armbar, Yang Jianbei!
Your first fight of the evening then sees a win for China against Malaysia's Ali Yaqub. Yang Jianbing, second round submission win via armbar. One of 3 fights we have for you on our preliminary card. Stay with us for the main event though, won't you? 1ppv.com, where you can see some fantastic action